Hello everyone, I'm War. Welcome back to devlog number 5, I think. I considered not making this one because I've been making a lot of documentation and writing a bunch, so I did almost no coding this week, so there's not much to show. But I thought I would give way to this devlog to kind of explain what the game is about, because I feel like I haven't really expanded on what the game is about. So before, I'll just go over real quick what I actually did this week, which was I got all my thoughts of last week's brainstorming into a game design document. I worked on about 3 days on it, so it is done. The game design document is done. Then I started working on a JD, so a game art document, and I got it done this week. So I finished last week without finishing it. Whatever. So mostly documentation stuff. Damn. And so I'll begin. Sorry, I'm getting my thoughts lined up. So I'll begin an explanation about what the game is about and the gameplay and maybe a bit of the story. Basically, the game follows a character named False, and he has some bad ties with the mafia. So he owes a lot of money to the mafia, and because of that, and because he's so young, he basically does the mafia dirty work a lot of the times. He does heists. He's an all-around thief, but not out of his own volition. And the game is about the story of him understanding what is going on with this debt of his. And also he has the power to basically peek into different dimensions, alternate realities of himself, and use those same versions of himself to help him along his journey. So these versions of himself, which are called shadows, they can mostly interact with objects, not so much with talking and people. They cannot touch people, they can only touch objects. And the gameplay will be based around you planning heists. So most of the gameplay will be planning what you will do to beat a level, and then you will execute your plan and beat the level as fast as possible, because the gameplay will be based around the fact that levels are really quick. They are timed based. So for example, you would have to beat a level in less than 8 seconds or less than 10 seconds, else you fail the level. But when you are planning the level itself, this time doesn't tick down. The time only moves when you are executing your plan. So most of the gameplay will be around strategizing where and what you will do to finish the level that quick. And now you may be thinking, where does the shadows come into this? Well, as you can see here, I have my paint software open, and I'll very quickly draw a basic level so you get the idea. So think of this. This level has to be beat in under 5 seconds, right? That's a shitty ass. 5 seconds. Or else you fail, right? Let's see, we have a long corridor. This is not a level that it is in the game, it's just an example. Let's say you spawn here, right in the middle. The objective of the level is to go in this direction, but there is a gate here blocking your path. On the other side of the corridor, there is a lever right here, a lever that is connected to the gate. By switching this lever, the gate opens, you can proceed the level, right? Simple stuff. But if you start the level, go back, switch the lever, and then you go towards the gate or the level finish, the 5 seconds will have run out, and so you failed the level. So what do? You start by creating a shadow. You plan this shadow movement to go to the left and press the lever for you. And then you execute the plan. By executing the plan, the shadow will go on its own, will act totally autonomously, and press the lever, and while the shadow is doing that, you are running towards the finish. So you cut the time to beat the level in half, and you beat the 5 seconds necessary to beat the level. So this is a real simple explanation. The game itself is much more complicated. You have timed buttons, you have levers, weapons, enemies, types of traps. So you can see how deep the gameplay goes. And I hope my explanation was good enough. So this is the basis of the gameplay. The gameplay loop, and I hope you understood it decently enough. No, soon I'll have actual gameplay of the levels, and you can actually see for yourself how it looks. The gameplay loop is already working. I think last week I showed real quick a level setup, like a debug level. I'll show it again just to be sure. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following along in between my game. Please subscribe if you aren't. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Mastodon. If you want daily updates on how the game is going, or you're just interested in what I'm thinking. And you can join the Discord as well to get a more person-to-person view, and you can speak, and you can I lost my train of thought. You can join the Discord, and there we can talk more privately. If you have any questions that you do not feel like putting in the comments, you can ask on the Discord and I'll answer it as fast as I can. And that's it. Thank you all again. See you next week. Until then.